Okay, this is August 10th. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening. I finally planted my pepper plant, my Thai bird pepper. Planted it in one of my wicking buckets. So there's that one. And there's my other one that I left in the gallon fabric bag. They're about the same size. So I'm gonna see if this one does better over the next month or so, and I will update you as the month goes by. Also, today marks the first super hot that I picked. So I believe that's a yellow brain strain 7-pot. So I may do a little taste test in the near future. These plants, I swear to God, 2 hours ago, most people would have thrown these in the trash because the leaves were all just totally like drooped down, dead. And I gave it a good water. I'm telling you, these plants, hot pepper plants, are incredibly resilient. They take a lot of abuse, and these survived several aphid attacks over the winter growing in my grow tent. And they were basically so bad that most people would have thrown them away. But I planted them in these wicking buckets, and look at them now in August. This is the second year. This plant's on its second year, so it's 2 years old, and given to me by a friend of mine because they stunted. They didn't grow very much last year, and I planted them in hydroponics, and that gave them a little boost. But then I had the aphid attacks, but I didn't give up. I said once it became to be June, early June, I planted them in this wicking bucket, and it just came back like unbelievable. Once it went outside and it was warm out, it's been doing phenomenal. I mean, look at this thing. I got 30 peppers growing on this thing. I'm in Massachusetts, so I didn't think hot peppers would do much for me. But after watching the 7-Pot Club YouTube channel, seeing where he's from, I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this a whirl, because I didn't think you could grow super hots in Massachusetts. And this is a ghost pepper that I bought at Home Depot in another wicking bucket, but it's by itself. These are 3 ghost pepper plants in this bucket, and this is only one. And I mean, look at these things. They're doing incredible. So those are 2 ghost pepper bunches. That's 3 plants in one bucket and 1 plant in another. This is basil that I featured in another video that I made when I made these wicking buckets. And at the same time, I planted a catnip plant that I bought at Lowe's. And I always thought I'm going to transplant these bird peppers in a wicking bucket as well. This plant was born in October, grown in my grow tent, also attacked by aphids several times. And look at this thing. It's like a tree. It's even got bark on it. So these are also in my grow tent since October, as well as these other 2. But again, all of these plants were doing really poorly because of those aphids. And so I'm just going to plant them. They're in straight compost, nothing special. And look at these things. Not really sure what these are, if they're the same 7-pot yellow brain strain, or if it might be one of these, might be a reaper, but I don't know. They got mixed up. I lost track of what's what. But I think these are doing okay, but I'm wondering how they would have done if I put them in the wicking buckets instead. I think they would have done much better. So if you haven't made a wicking bucket, I strongly recommend it. You cannot do them better if you're going to do container gardening. So, all right, that's enough for the update. I will see you in a couple weeks.